Of course, we're going to keep you updated on his legacy here on the Gulf Coast, right here on Fox 10.
We will have so much more to come here in the hours and days ahead. John Ed Thompson, a legend on Fox 10.
Overnight, I'll be breaking down more of your forecast details coming up.
And Cardinals are holding their final meeting before the conclave begins to elect a new pope. We take a look at the final preparations straight ahead. Hey there, everyone, and welcome into Fox 10 Midday. It's Tuesday, May 6th. I'm Ashlyn Mitchell.
And I'm Jennifer Lambers.
Thanks for looking in this morning, Jen. I have to say, I've had the AC off the past couple of days. It's been beautiful. How long will it stay this way, though?
Unfortunately, very short-lived.
I knew you were going to say that.
I know. That's just one of the trade-offs. Living here on the Gulf Coast, we start to see these really nice days, and then we have to deal with some of the bad days. But here's the good news, is that we are starting to track some of those cooler temperatures in the long range. We've been tweaking the forecast just a little bit with some of these rain chances, and that's part of the unsettled pattern, is that you have to be a little flexible every single day, as we are still just starting to see some of those changes that the Gulf Coast weather is undergoing. But here's what we're tracking currently across the southeast. That's going to be some of the cloud cover out there, some of just those isolated spotty showers beginning to ramp up in portions across our area, especially closer towards our inland spots. Washington, Clark County really seeing the bulk of that rain, but now just starting to see some of those beginning to pop up closer towards Baldwin County. As we look in just a little bit closer, Vinegar Bend just starting to see some of those moderate showers. Areas near Jackson, Choctaw Bluff, and down towards Chrysler also beginning to see some of that light to even moderate rain. And then more northern Baldwin County, Bay Minette, Stapleton, Gateswood, up towards Stockton. There's where we're starting to see more of those showers. Just some isolated rain closer towards I-10. So just make sure that you're being cautious in case you're heading out the door anytime soon. But a live view outside from our Navigator Credit Union camera at the Battleship. Just some of the sunshine, but still some gray, gloomy clouds out there. Here's what's still nice about today, though. The dew points, the dry air that we're experiencing out there, but temperatures just resting in the mid-70s. Those winds still out of the east-northeast, right around 5 to 10 miles per hour. A little more breezy, closer towards the immediate coastline. But look at these temperatures. We are really noticing some differences out there. Leakesville and Chatham still just resting in the upper 60s. But look at Milton and Crestview, already up to 80 degrees. So we're seeing around that 13-degree temperature gradient between northern Washington County, closer towards the Florida Panhandle there. So ranging temperatures just a little bit dependent upon your location, but also we're noticing some differences in the cloud cover and the sunshine out there. But here's what we're all going to be seeing. That's the rain chances. Still spotty once we get closer towards lunchtime. We're going to have that lull in activity really between about 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. tonight. So afternoon, evening plans, those are looking okay. But overnight, that's when we're really going to start to see those rain chances beginning to bump up. I'll be talking more about that and what I'm tracking in the long range. That's all coming up in just a little bit. Ashlyn.
Well, new this morning, the College of Cardinals is getting ready for the start of its conclave to pick the next leader of the Catholic Church. Soon, they will be cut off from the outside world until a decision is reached. Fox News correspondent Rebecca Castor has those details. Also new this morning, the traveling nightmares continue at Newark's airport today after air traffic controllers temporarily lost contact with planes there last week. Now, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is calling for modernization of the entire U.S. air traffic control system. Fox News reporter Caroline Shively has those details from Washington. Welcome back in. Well, it's time to dink, serve, and volley for a great cause. The Mobile Sunrise Rotary Club Pickleball Tournament is happening this Saturday. And joining me now to talk about the tournament is John Davidson with the Rotary and John Eads with Light of the Village. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you very much.
I'm excited about this one. I'm an avid pickleball player myself. You know, it's a sport that really brings the community together. Talk a little bit about this event.
Well, this coming Saturday, March 10th, we're having our second annual tournament for the Light of the Village. It starts at registrations at 8 o'clock, and it's play begins at 9. It's going to be held at the Country Club of Mobile, and great facilities. And we're going to have 3 categories: women's, men's, and mixed doubles. And each category has 2 brackets for 2.0 for skill level, 2.0 to 3.0 in one, and then 3, 5, plus for the other
Sounds
one.
like some fierce competition. And,
so.
you know, it's all for a great cause, Mr. John. So
Sure.
this is benefiting Light of the Village, and I got to serve back in college. Truly life-changing.
Yes,
Talk
ma'am.
a little bit about LOV for folks who don't know.
Sure. Well, Light of the Village started back in 2002, and we are located in Alabama Village, which is in Pritchard, and we are just a Christian ministry that just grew and grew and grew. Basically, we have after-school programs now. We're getting ready to wrap those up now, getting ready for summer camp. Summer camp's our busiest time of year, and that's what you were familiar with. And we go 8 weeks of summer camp. It's free to the kids. We have 2 locations, one in Tolmanville with the Figure Center and one at our main center there in Alabama Village. And it's always exciting, a lot of fun stuff. And again, this is a great example of a partnership. The Sunrise Rotary Club and their members have been so supportive of us. And again, salvation's one-on-one, but ministry is a team sport. And this is just a great example, and we're very grateful for their support. And we'll be out there. We'll have some of the kids out there. I don't know if they'll be playing or not, but they'll be out there. And it's just really amazing to see everybody kind of come together for that.
Absolutely. You know, all proceeds are going to Light of the Village, correct?
Absolutely.
And if people can't make it, but they still want to donate, how can they do that?
Yeah, a couple of ways. We've upgraded our website. On the front page of our website, lightofthevillage.org. All that information is on right there. If they want to register to play, they can do it that way, or they can go to the other site also. And if they want to make a donation or a sponsor, it's all very simple,
Very
very
good.
easy platform to go with.
Do you guys have a fundraising goal, or does anything help?
Well, you know, last year we were over 15,000 last year, so we're shooting for 20 this year. For a club our size, maybe 40 members, 45 members. I think that's a pretty nice goal, and I think we're doing pretty good. We have, you know, certainly they're helping us raise money also. So got great sponsors, very generous sponsors, and so we worked hard at this, and hopefully it's going to be a terrific turnout. And if it does rain, we have a place we're going to go to. Okay, it's Pickle Range.
Pickle Range, yes. Pickle Range just opened right off airport. Sounds like you guys have a great backup plan. Listen, we're running out of time this morning.
sorry.
Thank you all so much for being here. No, not a
Ashley.
problem. We'll have all of that information on our website, fox10tv.com. Those signups close May 8th, so get on it. Thank you guys.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Welcome back into Fox 10 Midday. If you're looking for a fun and unique way to explore the city with a group of your friends, well, we've got just the thing for you. Vanessa is enjoying the morning riding with Mobile pedal tours in downtown Mobile. Check it out. I love it, Vanessa. Thank you. Listen, calories don't count when you're pedaling, right? Lots of fun stuff there. Well, straight ahead, a food delivery company is getting supersized. We'll have that story and much more in your business headlines, but first, let's check in with Jen.
And taking another look at your forecast and a live view outside down on Dauphin Island. Just starting to see a little more of that gray, gloomy look out there. Again, looking like it could rain at any point. Winds are breezy out there, just out of the northeast. But over the next few hours, we will start to introduce more of that cloud cover, possibly a few spotty showers. More of that wind beginning to pick up too. But I'll be talking more about your forecast coming up when we come back.
Welcome back. Now, this is an interesting story. A historic Hong Kong festival that aims to ward off evil and lure peace wraps up with a bun snatching competition.
Yeah, so the bun scrambling competition kicked off at the stroke of midnight on Monday evening with 12 finalists fighting for glory.
Yeah, the bun scrambling competition is where climbers race to the top of a tower there covered in plastic buns.
Whoever can collect the most with the highest value within 3 minutes wins the race.
Interesting. This once male-only race now includes female competitors.
The 2 winners this year are former champions of the race.
And the Bun Festival actually dates all the way back to the 18th century when residents who suffered greatly from a plague believed the offering of buns to deities would actually end the outbreak. Okay, so they just started the female competition. Would we do it? That looks scary.
I would watch this.
That looks terrifying. A little bit of rock climbing, maybe?
So do they have to climb to the top? That was my question.
I think
it almost
do.
seems like more of a strategy just to stay at the bottom and
the
do
upper
it.
body strength for me.
Jeez, I don't even know what they're gripping onto at that point because the buns are just falling. Okay, I guess there's a bunch at the top.
Oh, so they have to collect them as fast as possible, and they're in plastic.
I don't know if you don't have to climb to the top.
Or
My
if you get to
strategy
eat
would be
the
near the
buns,
bottom. If you get to eat them at the end.
All right, well,
Lots of questions.
Lots of questions. We'll try to get back to you on that one. Okay. Well, having a six-figure income for a family of 3 doesn't let you figure your way out of money trouble in some major U.S. cities.
Yeah, so a Lending Tree analysis says that in 1 out of every 4 U.S. large metro areas, earning at least $100,000 a year per household
Could still mean you're considered broke even after expenses are calculated.
The analysis showed that 25 cities where household monthly incomes were in the negative.
10 of the 25 are actually in California.
All of the top 25 metro areas showed monthly expenditures over $8,300 a month.
Wow, the top 10 hardest hit are San Jose, California, San Francisco, Boston, Honolulu, Hawaii, Oxnard, California, Washington, D.C., Los Angeles, San Diego, Seattle, and Poughkeepsie, New York. Now, San Jose's net monthly negative income was the worst at minus $2,207 a month. So not looking very promising, Jen. I mean, Alabama, the cost of living is lower than these places, but still, it costs to breathe.
I know. That's why I couldn't imagine. I'm not surprised to see California, Hawaii, New York on the list, probably near Denver, Colorado on there too. Just big differences for those areas.
I'll stick with Sweet Home Alabama.
I know. I don't know. I might go work in those areas for a few years, get those salaries, then come back.
There you go. Save your money.
Yeah, there you go. Then it goes a lot further. Well, let's go ahead and talk more about your forecast. And just a reminder, right now is a great time to go ahead, download the Fox 10 weather app. That way you're staying updated with the forecast, especially today. Really kicks off that unsettled period that we're going to be tracking here on the Gulf Coast. Just a reminder that you can go ahead and download the app. That way you have not only the radar option, but also the Futurecast option here too. That we can just track along with some of those rain showers that we're tracking further along into this afternoon and this evening. Really wants to bring in some of those bigger rain showers just closer towards the early part of this afternoon. But let's go ahead and take a live view outside down in Orange Beach and check out what I'm tracking out there. And the good news is that we do have some really nice conditions out there. Beautiful water and really just some of those yellow flags continuing to fly. Temperatures are resting just in the mid to upper 70s. Dew points upper 60s. So starting to notice that uptick in humidity. It was great while it lasted, wasn't it? But the rip current risk is low for today. Moderate tomorrow, Thursday, Friday. Back low heading into the weekend. But those rain showers are back on the rise, especially heading into the overnight hours. I'll talk more about that and another look at your extended outlook coming up in just a little bit. Right now, a live view outside down on Dauphin Island. Breezy, but a little gloomy. We'll be back with 3 to know before you go after this.
Listen to this sweet story. A diamond hunter got a pretty cool surprise when what he thought was a candy wrapper on the ground actually turned out to be the biggest diamond he's ever found. Jeremy Roth has today's Take a Look at This.
A startling discovery first mistaken for a candy wrapper turned out to be a nearly 4-carat diamond in the rough. David DeCook was visiting Arkansas's Crater of Diamonds State Park with his family when he spotted what he initially thought was a glimmering candy wrapper. But it was actually this 3.81-carat octahedral brown diamond ripe for the plucking. DeCook took his find, which he named the Duke Diamond after his dog, to park officials for confirmation and registration. They confirmed the Duke was not only the biggest diamond found at the park so far this year, it's also the biggest found in over a year. Speaking of rocks and dogs,
what happened?
Take a look at a precious pooch who needed a helping hand after finding himself between a literal rock and a hard place in Washington. Oh my God, look at that face. According to Tacoma police, this bulky Bernese mountain dog had wandered from its yard and over to a seaside park where it got stuck in some wet rocks and couldn't get out. When a leash couldn't do the trick, officers used a tarp to hoist the big boy back to dry land, where he was later reunited with his owners. Finally, let's say farewell with a wave, which is exactly what's made this Texas veteran a local celebrity. According to KBTX, every day for months, Army vet Wayne Banks waves at passersby, doling out good vibes from the porch of his assisted living community. So, dozens of locals, first responders, and more got together and threw a surprise parade to not only give this man a hand back, but to show support to all of the community's most seasoned citizens.
It just lets them know that they are remembered, not only our veterans, but the other seniors and the lives that they have lived.
For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
What a neat story. Well, here's your 3 to know before you go today. Live Nation says it expects a record summer concert season. The company says shows in stadiums are actually up 60% from last year, with tours from artists including Beyonce and Kendrick Lamar. Live Nation says it sold 95 million concert tickets through mid-April, which is a double-digit increase over the same time last year, with 80% of the sales belonging to stadium shows. Now, actress Lisa Liu was honored with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame Monday. At the age of 98, Liu has become the oldest living person to receive that honor. While her career spans over 65 years, Liu was even bestowed the title Living Legend by the Chinese government. She's the only person in Hollywood to have voted for the Oscars, the Golden Globes, the Emmys, and the Screen Actors Guild Awards. Finally, time is running out. If you still haven't secured your Real ID, tomorrow is the deadline for you to obtain the specific form of identification. Now, if you don't have a Real ID or another accepted form of ID, like a passport, you could face delays at airport security. You can expect additional screening and the possibility of not being allowed beyond the security checkpoint if your identity can't be verified there. Now, the Real ID Act was passed by Congress in 2005. Jen, I feel like a hypocrite. I still have not gotten my Real ID. But the plan is to do that today, which I know there are tons of long lines out there.
As long as you got it done, you're good. You're good. Well, let's go ahead and take a final look at our forecast and timing things out. Some very spotty showers to continue heading into this early part of this afternoon. By late afternoon and this evening, there's that lull in activity when things will really start to ramp up heading into the overnight hours. After 9 o'clock, we turn into that 100% chance of showers and storms out there across the entire Fox 10 viewing area. You will see rain heading into tonight. It's going to be heavy. It might be even loud at times, but also, unfortunately, it's going to be lingering around heading into tomorrow morning. So you will have that wet commute to work, taking the kids to school. Just check in with Matt before you head out the door. That way you get the road conditions and also the latest update on your forecast. But over the next few days, what we're tracking is just this unsettled pattern continuing. It's going to be wet. It's going to be soggy. Rain chances every single day. We drop down some of those daytime highs just a little bit. But again, just stay updated with us as we do get closer, especially for the weekend.
All right. Well, really quickly before we go today, Jen, it is National Teacher Appreciation Day. And I want to shout out my favorite teacher in the world. That is my mom, Crystal Nichols. Not only is she a pre-K and special education teacher back home in Missouri, but she was actually my teacher for most of my life because I was homeschooled till I was in 8th grade. So she really just instilled a love of writing and speaking. So truly the reason why I'm a news anchor today is because of my mom. So Mom, if you're watching, I love you. I'm so proud of you. Teachers, Jen, really do make such a difference in the community.
They absolutely do, especially having a child that is going through all of that right now. She's growing so much older, but she's had some amazing teachers over the years. So thank you to every single teacher, substitute teacher, whatever you do for any of those schools to help our children. Thank you. We celebrate you for this entire week. Also, thank you to the nurses out there too. It is Nurse Appreciation Week too.
Lots of people to be thankful for. Yes,
truly
and
are.
thank you for watching Fox 10 Midday. We'll see you at 3 o'clock.